Yo, what up? What up? Top of the top. Monday morning. What's up? Money day. How y'all doing this morning? I see y'all ready. Y'all know how we do. Got a lot to cover today. Got a lot to cover. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. Hopefully everybody's feeling good this morning. Hopefully everybody is in very high spirits. And what I mean by that is positive spirits, because things are getting very, very wicked out here. But that ain't nothing new. This is nothing new. I already knew around this time this what was going to happen. It's going to get worse. I've been touching on a lot of these topics because a lot of this is coming to something. We getting all of the signs. That's why everybody's been dealing with a demonic frequency basically this whole year. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that, and we're going to get into the latest news that's been going on over the weekend. There's been a lot of things going on over the weekend, and they're going to keep going on. So I'm going to be real with y'all. When I keep hearing all these mass shootings, none of it surprises me. None of it at all. I don't get worked up. So I'm going to talk about that. Also, salute to the chat. Salute to the family. I see y'all. We're going to get the business today. We're not going to waste too much time. And we got a lot of things to talk about. We're going to be talking about KevinSamuels' family says that, it was an imposter behind the GoFundMe and they were scamming. And GoFundMe, they tried to give the money. Once they found out it was a scam, they tried to give it to the family. The family denied the money. So I'm going to talk about that. Also, R.KELLY and Frank James, the Brooklyn subway shooter, have become friends in jail. And, weirdos stick together. I told you birds of a feather always flock together. Weirdos. That's right, Miss Lay Jones. It's money day. That's right. Everybody need to get on their grind. It's getting real out here. Even though money ain't going to save your ass. Money can make it a lot better if you got your mind right. But R.KELLY and Frank James, they're friends in jail. Let's not forget, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, so you have to be aware of people with mentally ill behavior. That's all you're seeing. It's not. That's all you're seeing are mentally sick people. That's it. It's not hard to figure this out. And we're going to talk about the mass shooting that took place in Buffalo, New York. And we're also going to talk about the mass shooting that happened in California. Same weekend. It also was a mass shooting in Houston, Texas. And it also was a red moon. It was a blood moon. Blood. Over the weekend, blood got shed. That's why if you're not protected, you finished. There's nothing to be scared of. We living in chaos right now. Like I'm going to tell you 1,000 times, you got to make sense of the nonsense. It's called you got to get your mind right. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about all that. I'm not here to try to convince nobody. All we're going to do is get into these topics because today is the Fun of Fame live episode 175, and y'all already know how I do. Y'all already know how we do. So let's get into it. All right. We dealing with this. We might as well. We're going to call this the year of the sickos. Like we know how Travis Scott had that song called Sycamore. Everybody's sick, and everybody's trying to be more sicker than the next person. That's just what it is. But I'm telling you, my people that got I'm telling you, my people that's focused, if you in the world and you in tune, you know everything that's going on, you straight. I'm telling you, you already know. Those that get the signs are going to get the signs. Those that keep thinking everything is a joke every day, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. But we're going to go through some of this. And we're going to look at all of the lunatic behavior. And last night also was a lunar eclipse. And during this lunar eclipse, it was a blood moon out. When you're dealing with the lunar eclipse, you're dealing with dark side energy. That's why you're seeing a lot of dark side energy and demonic behavior. It's not going to stop. We're going to get into some of these things right here. I'm going to see where I'm going to start first. Let me see. Where I'm going to start first. All right, let's start with the mass shooting in Buffalo. And I wanted to do a little bit of research on this, but a white 18-year-old gunman carried out a racist attack at a Buffalo, New York supermarket, killing 10 people and injuring 3 others. Amongst all of the victims were black. The suspect live streamed the mass shooting. He posted his white supremacy ideologies and his plan to target a black community in New York. The shooting is considered a hate crime and racially extremist, and the FBI is considering a terrorism charge. And it's plain to see, we know that this was terrorism. We know that. So let's get into what the story said. And I just finished watching some of the reports on the news. And one of the things I just saw this morning was it was a so-called black man outside talking about he spoke to this white boy for about an hour before the shooting took place. He said they spoke about things like time traveling. They spoke about politics, race, stuff like that. He claims he was talking to this white boy for about an hour before it happened. And the news people asked this black man, does he think that the white man could have shot him or the boy could have shot him? And he said he don't know. He didn't really feel threatened or nothing like that. That's what he said. They also said out of the people that were shot in the supermarket, it also was a child that died. And like I said yesterday, and like y'all heard me say a lot of times, I always speak about how death could follow you in the supermarket, or when you got bad karma on you, sometime it can reach you at the supermarket. My point was, the strangest, weirdest, wickedest things can happen when you least expect it at locations that you do not expect it to happen at. That was my point, or when I always make reference to the supermarket or you outside doing something simple. Now, they said that this man drove miles to come to this particular neighborhood, this teenager. But the key thing they also said was that this was live streamed. We know when certain things in the hood happen, or should I say, we know they watch for things in the hood like this to happen, especially if somebody going live. But this man came from a whole nother part of town, and then he had the nerve to live stream the shooting on what he did. They also say he posted posted white supremacy information on his page and his plan to target a black community. So we don't know why nobody was able to stop him before it happened. But we do know, according to the reports, that he was a white supremacist. Now, we know they watch criminals, they watch gangs, they watch all type of behavior, you know. They also watch for sex offenders online. But this was a white supremacist, alleged to the report. And his whole plan was to go to the specific black neighborhood and let loose the clips. And a lot of people got injured. A lot of people died. This is the family of the young girl that got killed in the supermarket. This just seems like I said, I'm getting tired of speaking the same thing every day. I'm sounding like a broken record. But like I said, in my opinion, it's a certain people under attack. And it's not going to stop. It's happening every which way. Financially, violently. They're being attacked spiritually. They're being attacked every which way. And they're not getting a break. That's what I see. I see people that are lost, that think everything is a game. They walk around with their head in the sky, in the clouds, blinded, or looking down at their phone. And nobody's really paying attention to what's going on. Therefore, they're constantly being slaughtered like sheep, being led to the slaughterhouse. That's what I see. Not only that, I see the goat causing chaos amongst the sheep. And that's what I see when I see all of this foul behavior. I see people that's becoming less than human. I see people being treated less than human, like their life means nothing. Almost in comparison to a roach. So when I see that this individual was not only live streaming, but he took a trip. I'm pretty sure on his page he had a lot of information of his beliefs, and he was able to commit these inhumane acts without people being aware of of what he was about to do. That's why, in my opinion, I always say, or I say stuff like, "It's nobody gonna come to people's defense," because we see the same thing over and over and over again. They don't come to the defense to after the slaughter's already done. That's the pattern of what we're seeing. That's right. It say he drove over 2 hours. That means he drove 2 hours, loaded up with weapons. He had a plan. He already had his mind set on what he was going to do, and he did it. So I'm definitely paying attention to some of y'all comments, because I don't know all of the details, but like I said, this stuff been happening for so long, for so many years. It's like I'm numb to this stuff because any day it just always happens. It can happen again and again and again and again and again. And this is how the racism and the race continues to go on. Anytime it seems like, racism coming to an end, it keep going on. Is this not the same energy of the same man that went into the church in South Carolina and shot the church up? Is this not the same energy? Somebody tell me if I'm tripping. Same energy, same. You might as well say it was the same person. It's the same spirit going into different people, like the movies. So it looks to me like it's a certain people that's going through a lot of pain. Like when I just finished watching on the news, it was a lot of grown men talking about how they were scared, how they were in fear. Men was on the team. I'm talking about men that wasn't even there. They was just like, they scared. I seen one man speak about how he was crying when he saw it. And let's just look at this picture right here. Look at that face in the background, that stone face. He just happened to take a picture right there. But my point is, they was talking to particular black men after the event, and these black men were talking about how scared they was and how they was crying. So we know for a fact this is fear factor. And the name of this episode is Fear Factor, because people are living in fear. We got a lot of people living in fear because certain people are trained to live in their emotions. And the fear will kill more people than the actual people that died at this incident. So all across America, people are in fear because now you don't know if you go out to the supermarket, what's going to happen. When you come outside, you always worried about what's next. And this fear is what's keeping people plagued in their mind. The fear equals the trauma, and the trauma is what creates the anxiety, as we call bad nerves and stressed out. Not clear thinking. That's why we in the world of chaos. And some know that out of chaos comes order. Chaos is also created by the one who stirs up mass hysteria. But at the end of the day, it's all dark side energy. And this dark side energy is plaguing us. So you could take it or leave it. That's what it is. When you see that big grown man breaking down crying, that's a sign of fallen, hopeless, faithless. It's a sign of weakness. And basically what I say, it's a sign of losing. And I'm not talking about mourning. I'm not talking about it's nothing wrong with mourning. It's nothing wrong with shedding tears of compassion. But that's why a picture speaks 1,000 words. And we see this small officer consoling this big black man, because the black man has lost his backbone. He lost his spine. And I'm going to get into some things because it was also a mass shooting in California. But guess what? It ended a little bit different from the mass shooting in Buffalo, New York. I'm going to get into it. But when you see images like this, this represents a man breaking down. A man that doesn't have the strength to stand up no more. And this is part of why a certain demographic of people are under attack. Yeah, he was a mass shooter that pulled up. But sometimes it's things within the things you see. Sometimes it could be 10 different things going on at once, but you only see one thing. You don't understand the whole spectrum of what's going on. You seeing a people being preyed upon, destroyed, and no strength and no savior. And it don't got nothing to do with race, because we know it's people also doing it to themselves. So I'm not playing the race game. I'm not going to be no hypocrite. That's the sad part. See, when it's a mass shooting, we pay attention. But when 10 people get shot in your neighborhood over the weekend, we don't say nothing. And I also saw the news on certain places in America where it was 9 shootings over the weekend. Last week in Chicago, it was a whole lot of shootings. My point is, mass shootings happen every week. But the point of the matter is, it's particular people that are being slaughtered. And the numbers are adding up every day, every day, every day. That's what's going on. You dig? Of course, Chicago has nothing to do with this. I'm talking about mass killings. But some people only train to pay attention to a mass killing when they say a white person did it. That's my point. You only get in your feelings and you pay attention when they say white. But people get slaughtered every day. You only pay attention when it's on the news, and the news promote it. That's the only time some people pay attention. I pay attention to everything. But you're trained and programmed to only care about stuff when it's on the news and they say the word white supremacist. But you don't understand that some black niggas have the mind of a white supremacist. Some black people had a mind of a Ku Klux Klan member as well. And I'm not going there, but I'm trying to show y'all something that a lot of this stuff ain't gonna stop until people get their mind right. Because I'm going to show you how something happened in California. You're going to see it was totally different. And we just got to talk about it. I'm going to talk about what people don't want to talk about. And it's my opinion. If you want to get mad, that's on you. You can check out. You can tap out. You listen to the news. You listen to whoever else you want to listen to. This is my opinion. Because I'm not scared. And I don't have no fear. And I don't react when they want me to react. And whatever's going to happen to me is going to happen. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Because I know it's something greater going on. That's the problem. That's right. Emotional hamsters on the wheel. They go out next week and do something and pick a state, pick a city. Happen somewhere else, then same thing. Didn't this happen in fact? Same thing. But no, some people only care about it when it got to do with race. This is a spiritual warfare. I already told people that. Nobody understands what's really going on. People have turned their back on their protection and their power. And this is some of the signs, because we know for a fact, yes, this particular 18-year-old was demonic. And we know he had hate and malice in his heart. So even, whether he was sent by somebody, we don't know that, but we know for a fact he was sent by a driven demonic force. It was a demonic force that sent him on this mission. Same way when you get hungry, you get your ass up and you go get your son to eat. But a person has an appetite for destruction. They get up and they want to go hurt something. They want to destroy something. They want to kill something. Appetite for destruction. Some people wake up with that. I told you, this is the world we living in. So get used to it. Don't cry now. Because people like to play. They like to pick and choose what they want to pay attention to. They want to pick what they care about. And guess what? At the end of the day, let's be real. Let's be 1,000%. At the end of the day, all people going to do is talk. Ain't nobody going to do nothing anyway. And that's why I also say ain't nobody coming to nobody's defense. So it is what it is. My whole purpose is to make people get mad. Because then if you get mad, maybe you'll wake up. You always want to be rocked to sleep and lullabied and told everything gonna be all right. You see that? That's what niggas want. You see that? Niggas always want somebody to rub on their back and say, it's gonna be okay. See that? You gotta understand what this picture said. That's the average black man. See? He want to be rubbed on his back and consoled and told he gonna be all right. That's why niggas breaking down constantly, crying, folding, instead of being strong and saying, we need answers. Why is this going on? Or maybe somebody should have been posted up patrolling the hood. Somebody should have been just focused on paying attention. Because I'm going to tell you what happened in California. I'm about to get into that. Let me get into that right now. Get into this right now for people that like to play the race game. Now, in California, it was another mass shooting at this church. So what did I just say? A certain type of warfare. Of all the places, this happened at a church. And this is what you call a mega church. All right? Now, one person is dead and 4 are critically injured at a church in Laguna Woods, California. All victims were adults. The shooting happened at the Geneva Presbyterian Church during a lunch reception to honor a former pastor of a Taiwanese congregation. See, the people that attend this church, they're from Taiwan, a Taiwanese background. You did? They're Americans, but their ancestry is from Taiwan. And this is where the other shooting happened at. And some people would say this was a racist attack. But it was not said it was a white man. Get it? Anyway, police have a 60-year-old Asian man in his 60s. You see that? A 60-year-old Asian man did this shooting in the church. And he shot at other Asian people. But check this out. The suspect was detained at the scene after a group of people were able to hog tie his legs with an extension cord and confiscate 2 handguns. Now, the victims were 66, 75, 82, 92, and 86. And they said when that man went to reload, somebody from the church rocked him in the back of the head with a chair, and they all bum rushed him and took his guns and tied him up. You see the difference of the energy? You see that? You see how they're not scared? Do you see the difference? I know what I'm talking about. There's some people that's scared. They talk a lot. They bang on their own people. But when it's time for war, they ain't ready. That's what I'm sick of. Niggas ain't gonna do nothing but talk, run their mouth, beef, complain, cry, and talk about the white man all day. Because when it's time to put in work, they ain't gonna do nothing. So I just told you the difference. Now how you take that. This shooter came in the church. They bum rushed him and took his guns and hog tied him. They hog. Do you know what that means? A hog tied man with an extension cord. Man, they took justice into their own hands and tied him up and held him for the police. That's the difference. See, that's a harsh reality for you. They wasn't scared. And if you know about Taiwanese people, so-called Asian people, allegedly most of the time they're small. But they got big hearts. And a lot of them not scared to die. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, we know this was also another attack of a wicked individual because it happened at a church, a place of worship. But we're seeing patterns. And we also seeing some people to fight and some people ain't. They just going to complain, cry, and say, that ain't got nothing to do with Chicago. But my whole point is particular people getting slaughtered every day and nobody's getting handy. What happened with Frank James? Did Frank James not do all that dirt and he just still got away, got away, looking for him for a couple days? With this man right here that did this, man, they smashed him on sight. And they banged on him right in the middle while he was trying to reload. And not only did they bang on him, they tied his ass up and hog tied him. They put in work on that man. See the difference? Now, it's also sad, yes. We understand in Buffalo, it was a lot of women victims. We know a lot of women go to the supermarket. We know men go to the supermarket. But it also was women, it was women with their kids. And we do know this. A lot of men, they don't like to go to the supermarket with their wife or their lady or their woman. Yeah, you go by yourself. They don't like to go with them because some niggas don't understand. This is the time you got to be on point and you got to protect what you love. You can't just be letting your peoples go out anywhere. But guess what? That's the same way some of these women could have came in, went food shopping, came out in the parking lot and got ran down and robbed and jacked and kidnapped and all of that. That's what's going on. People don't want to understand that. This is the world we in. The pandemic have ruined people's brain. People's brain was already ruined before that. That's why you see a lot of weirdos popping out. So, yeah, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, but that's just to make you aware of the weirdos. At the same time, yes, it's also to salute the people that were mentally challenged that got help. But most people are crazy that don't want to acknowledge their factors. That's what makes you crazy. When you know you got an issue and you don't want to address it. I'm not going to keep repeating the same thing. Some of y'all don't get it because you're in your feelings. Some of y'all claim to be of the word and some of y'all claim to study, but you walk around scared every day. You in fear. Because you know deep down in your heart you ain't right and you ain't protected. That's what it is. So like I said, you're going to keep seeing what you're seeing. Because you know why? People don't get it through their head. You being targeted. You being targeted, and who's to say some of this don't come from, you know what? Maybe some of the stories that's in the book is true. But my point is, the people that went to this church, when that man did his shooting, guess what? Only one person is dead and 4 critically wounded. Maybe it's because they attacked the man and he didn't get a chance to keep busting off them clips. Because they hit him upside the head, took his guns, and tied his ass up. So you see the difference. And somebody going to argue that. They're going to want to challenge that. I don't care. Because that's all niggas gonna do is argue and challenge shit all day. They ain't gonna do nothing. Nothing at all. Man, niggas ain't gonna do nothing but complain, cry, and talk about what they doing to us. That's it. I'm sick of it. If you ask me, I'm sick of it. But that's what happened. Also, in Houston, Texas, it was a mass shooting at a flea market. 2 dead and 3 hospitalized. You see the pattern? Do you see the trend? This is trendy. Like a trending topic of entertainment. Well, the trending topic in real life is mass shootings. Hashtag. And just so happened over the weekend, it was a blood moon. And we're going to talk about that. It's a blood moon. The dark side. Dark side energy. A blood moon. What you see over the weekend, bloodshed. So it ain't nothing spectacular to me. I ain't gonna sit here act like, oh, some of y'all love to indulge in dark side energy. Some of y'all love that negative shit. You love it. You embrace it every day. But then when it get real, niggas start getting scared. No, these are signs and symbols that happen. And if you was on point, you would know that the signs and symbols gonna take place in the heavens. But you don't know what heaven is because you don't believe heaven real. You think everything is a game. That's why I said a lot of y'all stupid. And stupid people get slaughtered, period. That's my opinion. Nobody can make you stupid but you. So when I see all this demonic behavior, man, it don't surprise me. I know the frequency. I understand that the moon is a satellite that sends certain waves amongst the earth. And that's when the people start acting up. They start turning into lunatics. When the lunar moon goes through certain activity, people become lunatics. It increases their foul behavior. So I'm not surprised at nothing I see. And nothing I see ain't got nothing on me because I'm prepared. And whatever's going to happen, because I respect the energy. I respect the good and the bad because that's life. Those are the two realities of life. But you only want to care about the good when it's convenient for you. 9 times out of 10, majority of life, you spend your whole life entertaining the negative demonic energy. And then when shit get real, niggas start crying. See? Told you. Niggas want to shoot, but they don't want to take shots. That's my whole point. People want to do stuff to other people. Then when it happens to them, they start crying. Because they're not dealing in reality of how this world works. You get what you ask for. You get what you put out. What goes around comes around. Nigga, this life. I ain't making this up. This life. Simple. Just like this is simple. Somebody last night caught the red moon over the World Trade. And just so happened they had the World Trade lit up a certain way. This is what some people will call a lineup. Some people will call this the Tower of Babylon. That's why people within the city are always going to indulge or have to deal with demonic energy. The same way the bull sits in Wall Street, the Taurus. The same way Chicago Bulls are red with the bull head. Man, all this stuff go together. Everybody think everything is a joke. And that's okay. Just like it ain't no coincidence that this month was Cinco de Mayo, which is what? Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead. Maybe this might be the month of the dead. There's rituals going on every day all around you. Some good and some bad. But this is the lineup that happened last night. Somebody caught it. Did somebody exactly know what was going to happen and they were ready to take the picture? Maybe so. Maybe some people on point and some people just not. Maybe this is why a lot of time the sky's blocked out so you won't be able to pay attention to what's going on. Yeah, within the sign, within the sky is different signs, some good, some bad. And they also said that the moon was the closest to the earth last night. And it was a high level of dark side energy that was generated. The same way some people heard about when the World Trade fell, allegedly, some people claim they seen demonic faces coming out the smoke. Just so happened, World Trade, the new World Trade, red moon right over. I ain't got time for this. Like I said, it's not my point. I ain't trying to prove nothing to nobody. Because I understand those that can see, they're going to see. Those that think it's a joke, kiss your ass goodbye. It's just a matter of time. That's all I got to say about that. But this was the lineup of this. This is what you see right here. So when I see all those mass shootings over the weekend, it don't surprise me. Because now I can put it all together and see exactly what was going on. Blood moon, bloodshed. Demonic frequency. Right? Demonic frequency, demonic frequency. And like I say, rest in peace to the people that lost their life. Rest in, hopefully the people that got injured get better. But even when you look at these people right here, you see they all look confused. They all look lost. It look like they don't know what's going on. We live in a world where we feel like as long as we got money, as long as we can go shopping, we can go, buy some nice things and do what we want to do. We feel like everything is okay. The shit get real, the shit happen. Then we want to start paying attention. But hey, it is what it is. Just saying, demonic energy. All right, and that's my opinion. Don't take what I say as fact. So moving right along, and we will come back to this. These two weirdos. R.KELLY and Frank James. Frank James is the one that did the what? The mass shooting on the subway station in New York City. He is the one that got on the train, disguised as a construction worker, unloaded a clip, put in another clip, threw smoke bombs, kindly walked away with his fat ass and got away, and was laying low for a couple of days. Nobody beat him up, hog-tied him, nothing. But I understand sometimes you can't always react to stuff. I understand that. Frank James, the one that was on YouTube with a YouTube channel. In my opinion, he's the one that made YouTube extra hot. He's the one that was said to be promoting hate. But it's mighty funny. They said the same thing about the shooter that did this. He promoted hate, but he didn't get snatched up. He drove 2 miles and had all this stuff on his social media page. His hate. But this nigga right here, you know he's a weird hater because he shot a whole lot of innocent people, and this just happened in April. So that's my opinion, and that's my point. Now, what you got to say about this mass shooter? We've seen, okay, he's a black man that got on the train and did shooting. We've seen the white boy in Buffalo did the shooting. I just spoke about the one in California. That was Asian. So is this about race or is this about a certain energy? That's my question. But my point is, the point of the matter is, they saying that, according to the New York Post, R.KELLY and the Brooklyn subway shooter Frank James have become friends in jail. They say both men are deemed at high risk, as high risk inmates. So they're in the same block. They're being housed in the same unit. They said that they sit together and eat together. They go out to wreck together. Now, we also know that Kelly was convicted of multiple charges, sex trafficking and a few others. Frank James is awaiting trial for the mass shooting on the N train, which happened April 12th. Now, they don't share the same room. R.KELLY has his own room. And they say that now R.KELLY is spending his time singing, trying to lift his spirits. That's what they said. Trying to lift his spirits. But the point of the matter is, let's look into the mind of two weirdos and let's see how they both are sick. Now, he's arrested and convicted for being a sex trafficker, a sex weirdo. He is in jail for being a mass shooting weirdo, but they embrace each other. You see, Frank James don't look at R.KELLY and say, "Man, dude, you a sex trafficker, man. You a weird man. You mess with all these women. You a foul dude." He don't look at him like that. R.KELLY don't look at him like, "Man, this dude just finished shooting all these people up on the train. He's a mass shooter." R.KELLY don't look at him like that. R.KELLY actually embraces him, and they embrace each other because birds of a feather will always flock together. Weird people will always stick together, just like people that think the same. That's smart. Yeah, they're gonna stick together. Let me break it down to frequency. People that are smart and people that think right, we on an FM station, and the weirdos, they on an AM station. The station that's always staticky. When you go to AM, it's always staticky and messed up. That's the weirdos. That's the weirdos. They the AM stations. The people that's on the right page, we're FM. Actually, we're satellite radio. We're in tune. But weirdos embrace weirdos. Weirdos respect weirdos. See, both of them weird ass crimes. They're on the same block and just so happen to embrace each other. So it also shows you that what R.KELLY don't have no compassion for human life, because look how fast R.KELLY was quick to embrace a mass subway shooter. He quick to be cool with him. And yeah, he might be trying to hang around him for protection, but this man's 62 years old. He can't hold R.KELLY down. My point is, just look at how R.KELLY was quick to embrace a mass subway shooter. A weirdo, a lunatic. Look how he embraced a lunatic. That's all I want you to pay attention to. The behavior. See that? Now, if R.KELLY was a righteous man, if he was a man looking for redemption, would he embrace this man? Would he be hanging with him? Let's use common sense. If R.KELLY felt he was, a good man inside his heart, and whether he did it or not, we know he's been convicted. Some people feel like he was set up. We ain't going there. My point is, throw that out the window real for 1 second. If he was a good man at heart and soul, and a blessed man, would he be embracing this man that just got locked up for shooting innocent people, wilding out, mass shooter? Look at the weirdo face, Frank James, the weirdo. Well, if R.KELLY was a good man, would he embrace this man? That's all I'm asking. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all, if y'all was locked up, y'all would not be trying to be this man's friend. I'm pretty sure of that. But I want you to see how R.KELLY quick to embrace that man, because weirdos embrace weirdos. The same way when I love it when I talk about R.KELLY, certain weirdos, they start leaving the room. It's always going to happen. Weirdos embrace weirdos. Mentally sick hang with mentally sick, because they have the same thing in common. That's why it's called birds of a feather flock together, aka they're on the same type of time. They both have a dealing of mass behavior. His was just mass shooting. His behavior, R.KELLY, was mass sexual deviancy. Like I said. And it also portrays, once again, that the black man is a savage. For all those who talk about race, you say and tell me these black men right here, your brothers, and the white man doing them dirty. Tell me that. Or are these just two weird men that indulge in their own demonic pleasures? Now, when you see Frank James' face, does that look like a man that feels sorry for shooting up a train? No, he could have killed mad people. Does he look sad? Do you see compassion? What do you see? You see a weirdo that looks kind of happy at what he did. He feel like he's a star now. He's proud. That's the face of a proud man. I told you, kill the man, pillage the woman. But guess what? A lot of men are killing themselves. They killing themselves because they don't know their place. They don't know about holding it down. Niggas want to secure the bag, but they don't want to secure their people. They don't want to secure their family. They don't want to secure the good book. They want to do everything foul and opposite. That's why we understand, for some of us, we know we dealing with a spiritual warfare. So my point is this: Frank James embraced a sex offender. The sex offender embraces a mass shooter. They hang together. They eat together. They go to wreck together. They chop it up. They cool. They peoples. You get it? Which also goes into the saying of guilty by association. But sometimes it ain't got nothing to do with guilty by association. It got to do with sometimes people just outright embrace each other. So that's what you see. So when I hear that they hanging together, that don't shock me neither. Because weird niggas stick with weird niggas. That's how it go down. That's why I told you, people will tell on themselves. People show you who they are, but you don't want to believe them. Somebody could smack the shit out you right in your face, and you're going to say they still cool. They ain't mean to do that. They were just having a bad day. So that's why a lot of people still was walking around saying R.KELLY. Now, I want to see some people going around saying free Frank James. See that? If a person went around saying free Frank James, you would say there's something wrong with that person, wouldn't you? Let's be solid. If somebody was campaigning free Frank James, he innocent, you'll say them people are crazy. But when somebody say free R.KELLY, that's considered cool. And just so happened, let's say if R.KELLY was straight innocent, I'm going to give him a pass for 1 second. Let's just say he was innocent. He ain't do nothing. He being set up. Why is he embracing a mass subway shooter, a lunatic? Why is he embracing him? Chilling with him, hanging with him. R.KELLY ain't say, yo, boy, get up. You better get up out my face. I ain't dealing with you. R.KELLY ain't like, yo, nah, I'm good. No, he embraces him and they hang together because birds of a feather flock together. There's nothing you can do about it. These niggas are weird. And that's why you see black men are the poster child of weirdos. We know it's weird people all over the world. We know that. But it's certain people being portrayed as weird, weak, stupid, no leaders, men with the mind of a child. This is what's going on. So that's why a lot of women don't feel safe. Because on one hand, you got a mass killer, a mass shooter, a weirdo. On the other hand, you got a man, a grown-ass man that has demonic sexual preferences. My point is, he don't know how to keep his thing in his pants. Let's not forget this man had a wife. Let's not forget this man could have any grown woman he wanted, but his particular cup of tea was you know who. But my point is, just so happened, both of them cool. And they hang together. So, what you got to say about that? Sup? I see y'all in the chat. I'm going to get to y'all. That's right. Misery loves company. But this man, as we can see his face after the shooting, he's proud of what he did. He has no shame or compassion. And he probably on the same type of time as R.KELLY. And he probably looks up to R.KELLY. And, you know, that's just what it is. Weirdos stick together, all right? That's it. That's right. That's a nasty, evil smirk. Some of y'all don't know how to read faces. You'll see a man like that and you'll think he's just being a nice man when he smiles. No. You don't know how to read the signs. They be right in your face. So anyway, man, that's enough of these clowns. Let's get to Mr. KevinSamuels. Now, KevinSamuels' family says an imposter was behind a GoFundMe created to raise money for his funeral expenses. And even though they were offered the cash, they won't accept the money, me and his family. Once they found out, you know, GoFundMe got word that it was a scam. They offered KevinSamuels money. Allegedly, they denied it. And they gave the money back to the people that donated. Now, they say many people call KevinSamuels' family hypocrites for seeking financial help, as he always preached a message of financial independence without handouts. A source with direct knowledge reached out to Kevin's family to verify the account and learned that the family did not create it. So GoFundMe shut it down from the platform. And like I said, GoFundMe offered Kevin's family the few $100 raised on the fake page. The family refused the money because they know they would have looked bad for one. So it was returned to the donors. And guess what else they saying? They saying the woman that was with Samuels the night of his death, they said that she tried to save his life by performing CPR as she called 911, but he didn't make it. They say that Kevin suffered a heart attack and he was 57 years old. And we know this story is according to TMZ. Just like I said, KevinSamuels passed this money. Who's next? But they saying it was an imposter, a fraud, creating these accounts, or maybe it was his family and they felt bad and they got low. Now they want to deny it. We don't know. But one thing is a fact. Somebody created a GoFundMe in this man's name. And, you know, his family was being called hypocrites. And they said his family was the first one that blew up the fact that he ain't had no money. He had less than $1,000. That's what his family said. I don't believe that part because I know for a fact his YouTube check was more than that. And I'm pretty sure he had other assets somewhere. But, you know, people always like to count people money. And most of the time, it's the people that don't break bread with you. They got nothing to do with your money. You don't share, you don't get them nothing. They the main ones want to be concerned with your money. That's it. Oh, well, like I say, when you die and people that want to get money off your death, they'll be the ones that say you broke. Maybe he just could have been broke because he ain't leave no money for you. And that's why you saying he broke. That's my point. But all we hear these same stories over and over again. I'm telling you, sometimes these people don't be broke. They just don't leave no money to the family. That's it. Sometimes they got money put up in different things. People always going to run to the media and say somebody broke. That's how it go. And when guess what? That's how it works. That's how it works in life. I told you. I'm not going to keep repeating this. If somebody passed away and you don't got no money in your bank account, they're going to say you died broke. That has nothing to do with the assets you own. That have nothing to do with the valuables you possess. It has nothing to do with the cash money you got. You might have been had somebody else putting your money up the whole time. But according to your accounts, they're going to say you broke. That's another game they play. It's another slander game. Say somebody broke. You get what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So, KevinSamuels family, they denied the money from GoFundMe. They said they didn't want it, but they also said it was only a couple $100. So I'm not surprised why they didn't want it. They would have looked real bad taking a couple $100. And to this day, allegedly, nobody knows who set up the account. But they said it was created to raise money for his funeral expenses. So that's how a lot of these rumors got out, a lot of false information. And they also saying that the woman actually tried to do CPR on Kevin, but he died from a heart attack. Now, did he die from a heart attack of sex? Did he die from drugs? We don't know. But he was 57 years old. We don't know if he took care of himself his whole life. We don't know a lot of stuff. All I'm saying is, you know, we don't know what happened. And a lot of people, you know, they make their own assumptions. And it is what it is. That's never going to stop neither. But his family saying that, and they still didn't, you know, they didn't say the exact amount the GoFundMe got up to. They just said it was a couple $100. But allegedly it was a scam. But who's to say it was somebody in his family scamming? Who's to say? Okay. Good tip right there, Nat. They say she really did. They played the 911 call. She was really trying her hardest. See? Hey, man, you let other people tell it. Like they was in the house. You know, she came there with the drugs and he died on drugs. Who knows, man? See? That's never going to stop. It is what it is, man. But see? And she also said last week that she going to be popping out and she going to be making people take videos down of her being slandered. And that woman says she's worth $100,000. Or I'm not going to say 100,000. She says she worth 6 figures. But either way, you know, when you pass away, they're going to put dirt on you. They're going to slander you. They're going to destroy your name. And like I said, that's the whole purpose of doing the man anyway. Who cares? I mean, I'm just being real. We could say KevinSamuels was a bad man. We could say he was a good man. Either way, it don't matter. When it all go down, people are going to slander this black man. Like we heard people on the airwaves. We heard envy. We heard every black man of a certain stature slander this man. And who's to say this man couldn't really be trying to set a standard for people? Yeah, he gave harsh criticism. Yeah, he had failed marriages. But maybe he learned from all his mistakes and he was just trying to share his opinion on how to uplift people. And you got to remember something. You can't uplift people with being nice. When people going to understand that. See, when people talk nice to you, you don't hear that. But when people say what you don't want to hear, you pay attention to that quick. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, which goes back to what I said earlier. People always looking for somebody to rub their back. See, when somebody rub your back and tell you everything you want to hear, you think that's your people's. That's your friend. You love that. But when a person be blunt with you and be real, not lying in your face or giving you a harsh criticism, you want to kill the messenger. Maybe sometime the messenger is trying to tell you something so you can be better than them. But y'all don't look at it like that. You look at it like, well, what you did. Yeah, some people, they failed. But when they got it back together, they're trying to teach you so you won't fail like them. But you always taught to shoot the messenger, not pay attention to the message. So that's why most of the stuff go over your head. You see that? Some would say he represented strength. Some people going to say, yeah, he was a leech. He was just that. Yeah, we know that. But some people looked at him as a man of strength, a man of a certain image. Let's just say we didn't never hear him like some of us did. We never seen him. We never listened to him. We can at least say his image represents something. He has a certain image of, some would say, how a man of his age should look. Look at his image. Look at their image. It's all about images. So some would say his image was that of how a man of a certain age should look and conduct themselves. Others are going to have their own opinion. But the fact of the matter is, he gave harsh criticism. And like we said before, the women that had high self-esteem and was handling their business, they didn't take offense to him. But a lot of women of a certain cloth, they did take offense to him. Because they say a hit dog will holler. They also say if it don't apply, let it fly. If a woman come online and start slandering black men, I'm not going to be mad at her because if she say half the stuff she say don't apply to me, I don't care what she's saying. It might actually be funny to me. See, that's how it works. Because I'm not in my emotions. I'm not in my feelings. That's why trolls don't bother me. I'm not an emotional dude. But a person that's emotional, a troll will drive him crazy. Because words don't faze me. So this is an image of a man. This is images of men. This is the image of a man. Which one would you pick to be, some might say none of them. But my point is, when you're dealing with the world, these are images the world see. See, when you don't know black people and you haven't been around a black person your whole life, like they said, the people in Ukraine never saw a black person in real life. Well, if they see on the news or they come here, they see images. This, they see this, they see this. That's all they know. That's all people know. So it is what it is. So some people felt like KevinSamuels was an upright dude, and he had a harsh way, or some would say he had a method to his madness. But either way, he was controversial, and controversial people are still heard. And controversial people are always going to have people paying attention. And that's what KevinSamuels did, whether we like it or not. So these are just things we're looking at. That's it. So like I told y'all, yeah, it gets depressing. Yeah, it gets sad. But guess what? If you don't have your own self right, you're going to keep feeling that way. That's it. I don't know what you're waiting for. I don't know what you're looking for. That's all I can tell you. You can get high till you die. You can drink till you can't think. But every day you wake up, you're going to be stuck with the same reality every day. That the world is changing. That's it. Also, on a lighter note of things, French Montana got sued again. He had to pay up again. He recently made a settlement, a payout to a woman that accused him of sexual behavior. Now he had another payout because his dog bit somebody. French Montana loses a dog bite suit against him. He had to pay out $130,000 in California, and the jury found his German Shepherd guilty. He had a German Shepherd, and his German Shepherd bit a man by the name of Juan. Now, Juan was the pool guy at French Montana's estate. They say that the dog lost it and snapped, and bit the man while he was working, which put the man out of work. And we spoke about this the other week in the Michael Jackson case, how he had the Mexican maid. And I spoke about how all of these celebrities and people of a certain caliber, they always get like immigrant help at their place. Like they always want these people. They don't hire black people. They don't hire white people. They don't hire people that can speak English. They always hiring a particular people. I don't know. I never understood that. Why? Anyway, this man Juan got bit up by the dog very bad. And French Montana had to pay this man $130,000. So French Montana has been plagued with a whole lot of bad luck. And he's fallen too. But it is what it is with French Montana. I was just, speaking on that because what brought my attention is also how a lot of people be walking outside with their dog off the chain. I be seeing people with pit bulls walking with their dog off the chain. Man, y'all got to tighten up with that. For real. I see it a lot. People be walking around with pit bulls off the chain. And I ain't talking about in no fenced area. They be walking like it's regular. Man, you better put a chain on that dog. Because when that dog go to maul somebody, it's nothing you can do. It's going to be too late. You're going to get a lawsuit. And God forbid if your dog, mauls a little child. We see that a million times too in the hood. Or just in life, period. We seen people dog maul other people dog. My point is, we grew up, people put their dog on the chain, man. Now you see a lot of people walking with their dog off the chain. And I understand the dog is a weapon. I understand that. But my point is never underestimate an animal. You never know when that animal could flip out. We already know sometimes the dog flip out on their own master. We know that. But you never know when a dog will flip out on anybody. That's all I'm saying. Because animals see things different and they deal with different vibes. Don't get it twisted. You could be walking your dog off the chain and your dog might sense a foul spirit on another person, just go to attack them. The person could look normal, like they're not going to do no harm, but the dog sees his spirit and the dog just attack him for no reason. I mean, we think it's no reason, but that dog can actually see that foul spirit on that human being walking down the block. So sometimes that's why a dog will snap out for no reason and flip, because they might see a foul spirit on somebody. We also know about the smell. That person could have been around other dogs, could have been around cats, other animals, certain things, and the dog senses it. He just go to attack that person. And you thinking your dog cool and fully trained, but you don't understand that it could be a spirit on that other person that dog see that you have no clue of. That's really why that dog is attacking that man or that woman or that child. That's why y'all got to understand, man. It's not only worlds you see. It's things going on that you don't see, that you will never comprehend. And we're not going to keep repeating the same thing, even though I have new listeners. You got the world you see. You got the world you don't see. And guess what? Sometimes animals see things better than us. Does not a bird flying in the sky have a better view than you? Is that not why it's called a bird's eye view? Is your vision as sharp as an eagle? No, it's not. No, it's not. Do you have senses like a dog? Do you have senses like a cat? Can you smell somebody blocks away before they even get to the door? No, you can't. You be out here lacking. So my point is, it's a world we see and a world we don't see. And some of these things we don't see, animals see better than you. And that's why some people have dogs for protection. That's why dogs is a man's best friend. Because a dog will hold you down when a punk-ass human won't. That's just a fact. Get it? That's like, let's go back to the mass shootings. It's as simple of, say it's a mass shooter and say some people let loose like 3 pit bulls on that mass shooter. Them 3 pit bulls gonna run to that nigga. They don't care about no gunfire because that's not how they train. They just a train to attack foul spirits. That's the difference. It's different energies out here. Different frequencies that people act off of. So my point is, this man was sick. And just so happened he was an 18-year-old teenager, a young boy. They said he got in his car, loaded up, like he was going to war, went to a specific neighborhood, and started letting loose the clip in the supermarket. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of females around. Not stereotyping, saying only females go grocery shopping, men do too. But it was, a lot of time you got women go, with their children, or women go by themselves to go pick up a couple of groceries. And he specifically went and let loose shots. And they saying that he killed 10 people. And one of them was a 3-year-old child. So they also saying that he was racist. He was a white supremacist. They say he live streamed the mass shooting. How deep is that? So this man set up the live stream, had the guns loaded, and went to put in work. Like law enforcement don't watch social media. Or see, it's always something weird going on. And he was able to complete his task. And they also saying they saying that they might consider this terrorism, but we already know this is terrorism. And this is the terrorism which that will put people in a state of terror, which is fear. So now everywhere you go, you're gonna be living in paranoia. You're gonna look at everybody suspect. You ain't gonna know what's what. You're gonna think everybody out to get you. And that's how it's designed to be. People in fear. Fear is the word of the day. Fear is the word of the year. I've also been studying some things. And they also said that, and it's funny that it's not funny, but this happened at a supermarket. And I've just been paying attention to they saying that this summer might be one of the greatest food shortages. A lot of people speak on the food shortages and they talk about the food, the droughts, but people don't really understand how it's going to exactly happen. Now, y'all been paying attention to the weather. You see the weather up and down. It's hot one day, it's chilly, raining. Did we not see in the Midwest all of the tornadoes, storms? But some people that don't know about nature, they don't know about crops, they don't know about farming. When the weather switches up like that, it affects the crops. It affects the livestock. So that's what a lot of this global warming is all about, and a lot of this up and down weather. The up and down weather not only controls the mind of the people, the messed up weather, when the weather is up and down and all over the place, it destroys the crops. Let me break down exactly how the weather affects your brain. When you wake up, you feel different on a bright sunny day than when you wake up and it's a cloudy rainy day. You feel different off the rip. It's a certain feeling you get when you wake up, and as soon as you wake up, you see what? It's cloudy, it's raining. Some people go into a depression, but they don't even know it. But when you see a sunny day, you wake up, some people feel good off the rip. They want to go outside. The weather affects your mood, whether you know it or not. The weather, the moon, they affect your mood. The weather also affects what? Farming, animals. So they saying this summer is going to be a different type of summer, meaning they say certain temperatures are going to go to certain levels and it's going to damage the crops. But I just told you about the tornadoes that just happened last week. The crops in the Midwest are already getting destroyed. Therefore, that's what creates the food shortage. When the crops don't produce like they're supposed to, that's what creates the food shortage. Now it's only a certain amount of food coming out this harvest. So now we have to put an extra tax on this food that's in the harvest. So by the time it hits your supermarket, you getting taxed and your shelves are kind of empty. They saying this is what's going to affect this summer. They're saying this summer is going to be very hard. This is what they're predicting. But the specific thing I was watching is the same thing they talking about that's about to happen is the same exact thing they already said that's in Revelation. The same exact thing. So that's why a lot of stuff is getting revealed right now. And just so happened, this happened at a supermarket. And we already know the supermarkets in the hood are going to be affected. Why? Because even if it's a food shortage, guess what? The food goes to the top-notch restaurants first. When it's a shortage or period. Y'all don't understand that. See, some of y'all never really been around the world. You never been in different neighborhoods. You never been in different supermarkets. You don't understand how it works. You see, certain neighborhoods, they get the best foods first. They get first dibs. Sometime by the time it gets to your hood, them vegetables already old. The meats was already frozen for 2 weeks already. Certain products is already about to go off the shelf. Why you think in the hood, a lot of people buy old products off the shelf and didn't even know that their products is already expired? Because it gets to the hood last. So when the food drought comes and it's coming in slowly but surely, the certain rich neighborhoods, the high-class neighborhoods, they get the top-notch foods first. In the hood, they get lower shipments and lesser quality. That's how in your hood gets affected by food shortages. That's why sometimes people in the hood, they get overcharged for everything. But you might go to certain neighborhoods, you get buy one, get one free, buy one half off, buy two, get one free, buy two for $5. You get all type of deals of certain. It's crazy, I'm telling you. But people that know, in the good neighborhoods, they get the sales on all the good stuff. In your neighborhood, you get taxed on the bad stuff and the good stuff. You get taxed on everything. You get no deal. Because people don't understand politics. But they're saying that this summer right here is going to be very hectic when it comes to this food thing. This ain't just no freestyle. This got to do with Mother Nature. This got to do with how the crops already been affected. And for my people that go shopping, you already know everything is up. Or you eat oxtail, you'll see like 2 oxtails on like $15. 2 oxtails in one tray, $15. Maybe some place like 18, depending on how big they are. That's just an example for my people. I'm talking about my people that like to eat good. I done seen a six pack of chicken, six wings in one pack, $8. And like I said back in the day, ask your peoples, ask your family members, ask the older people in your family, ask your grandma. They said back in the day that the chicken wing was the most cheapest part of the chicken, and they ain't really eat chicken wings back in the day like that. Chicken wings was considered something like the scrap part. It wasn't considered the top part of the chicken. Y'all know it was that breast, that thigh, and that leg. They said the wing wasn't even thought of like that back in the day. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? But now you see wings are top priority, and they tax wings because they know people love wings. So, my point, listen, pay attention. How the hell you gonna feed a family with a 6-pack of wing that's $8? See? Remember, when you by yourself and you with somebody else, you can finesse. But when you got a family, your family can't eat no oxtail. That's gonna cost you $100 to feed them properly. Because you still gotta get the sides. You get it? When you got a family, man, that little pack of chicken ain't gonna do nothing. When you got a family, look, it's boxes of cereal not $5 plus now. Let's keep it real. It's cereal. I'm talking name brand. Even no name brand cereal is up. Is name brand cereal not $5 plus? $5, $6. How much is a gallon of milk? All right. And when you got kids, and when you got to do certain things, they're going to run through that. That's money. Soon box of cereal going to be damn near $10. So my point is, that's how they're able to price gouge and inflate your food, and that's what's going on. They say this summer is going to be super worse. And it's going to be extreme temperatures that's already destroying the crops. Therefore, it's going to be shortages. Take it or not. Take it or leave it. Same way we already know about the baby formula shortage. Shortages. You got to pay attention to what they're showing us. They showing you and they telling you. But guess what? We already know what. People not going to believe it till it happens. We know that. It's a certain set of people don't believe it. If that shit ain't on the TV, they ain't going to believe it till it happens. So they already been giving us the signs. The same way we also saw what? Did we not see the video of Bill Gates years ago speaking about an epidemic and how they were going to have to handle this epidemic a certain way? Did he not do the video? Did we not just get through a pandemic? Did we not hear this man campaigning about smart viruses? So when they speak about these certain food situations, I pay attention. Because they ain't just talking out their ass. You see? They got you more scared of the shooting than actually being scared of the food that's not going to be in your supermarket. That's why I told you, this is how they control your brain. This is how you focus on what they want you to focus on. Focus on the shooting. Don't focus on the crops that's being destroyed. See? The crops are dying. These are facts of what's going on right now as we speak. And that's why I said you could take it or leave it. Because this is the real news. And the real news is right in your face. Hold on 1 second. I got to get my charger. All right, I'm back. That's my whole point, man. Yeah, you pay attention to the shootings. Pay attention to the mass killings and all of that. But the main thing you need to be paying attention to is the economy. The economy is what dictates the life of you and your family. That's the main important thing. So not only are humans dying, also crops are dying. And if the crops die, the people are going to starve. And mind you, all this is already written. This ain't no freestyle. It's already written. It said this is what's going to come. Famine, disease, things like that. This is also one of the signs. This is the sign right here. The sign of what's to come. Bloodshed. Pain and suffering. See that? Don't you see that in Babylon? What else happens in Babylon? Or should I say New York City or New York? Is this not the same state where the mass shooting happened at? Is it any crops, farms like that in New York City? Yeah, they're in New York, but are they in New York City like that? Because they got you focused on everything. And everything that, New York got one of the most people in it. The most people in the city, but the food is no food being grown there. All that food got to come in through boats, ships, and trucks, which makes the people very highly dependent. So whatever they say it's going to be, that's what it's going to be. Ain't nothing you can do about it. See the difference? You see what's really going on? This is the energy that's on the planet right now as we speak. So like I said, when I see all this beefing, bickering, all of this murder, and it don't surprise me. I understand the signs of what's happening, what's about to come. So we are concerned when it happened here, but we're not concerned when, as a people are dying every day. People are falling. And that's why this man is broke down like this right here, because he can't stand up no more. He can't take it. And that's why you see this woman being stronger than him, consoling him. It ain't just because she a police officer. She was trained to be strong-minded. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with shedding a tear of compassion. It's a time to be strong. And right now, we're not being strong. I spoke about how the shooting that happened in California at this church, this mega church. A 6-year-old Asian man came up and hit guns blazing, killed one person, shot up 4 critically. In Laguna Woods, California, he shot up a bunch of senior citizens. 66 years old, 75, 82, 92, 86. Let's look at that real quick. Did you catch that? Look how other people are living to be of their age. Look how was that many people of their age in one location. Their elders were in their church, 66, 75, 82, 92, 86. See that? How many of your people in your family that age? That's the question. How many people in your family that age? 66, 75, 82, 92, 86. A lot of us got at least one person in our family that age. But my point is, these people were congregating. See, their elders be right there. And when the shooting happened, they bucked on a man, knocked him upside his head, and took his guns and tied him up. So these Taiwanese people, the people from Taiwan that was in California at this church, they was war ready. And they was ready for spiritual warfare. They was ready. But an 18-year-old white boy shot up Buffalo. And look what happened. So we just seeing different things occur. Different things, different ways. This was an Asian man did the shooting. This was a white man. And then Frank James, he was a black man. So like I said, people keep thinking it's about race. No, it's a certain behavior. And they all got the same pattern. Shoot up random people. Shoot up random people. Shoot up random people. It's spiritual. We know demons are shapeshifters and they don't have no form. They go into the bodies of human beings. And they can be any color. Because you ain't got to be religious, just use common sense. We know a person of a good heart, a good mind, body, and soul that don't bother nobody. They're not going to wake up one day and say, I'm going to shoot these people up. People that's sane don't think like that. This is a different type of thinking. Remember, when a person is off in the head, you can get them to do anything. Those are called puppets. And who is the real puppet master? That's the one that's up playing like they God. The puppet master will always have you doing demonic things. And then when it's all said and done, you don't even know why you did it at the time. And that's why you can shoot up a whole train and be smirking like that. We dealing with behavior patterns. We dealing with people. You judge people by their works and what they do. You don't judge them by their skin. If you want to judge by skin, then you keep doing that. That's why a lot of y'all miss y'all blessings. Y'all understand life. Because you just don't want to accept the fact that things have changed. And they're going to keep changing. This represents change. You see that? This represents change. The world is changing whether you like it or not. The only difference is when your ancestors seen that, they knew what it meant. When they saw that, they would turn up their spirituality more. That's the difference. They also said when you go back in history, ancient years ago, this is a lot of time when wars would take place. These were some of the signs when it was time to start certain wars in ancient days. When they got signs like this, they might have went and go banged on a whole country. But you don't know, so therefore you lost and you don't understand. And you just want to cry. So it is what it is. That's life. Salute to the chat. I touched on what I had to touch on. I think I touched enough. You see, it ain't nothing funny, right? Ain't nothing funny today. I don't know what to tell you. That's just what it is. Episode 175. We had to get down to business. And it's still money day. So like I said, don't let none of this stuff throw you off course. Don't get scared. Just stay focused and get right. Get yourself right. That's letting us know the U.S. fall is going to fall. The church is built like the wall. That's right. A lot of things going on. But you gotta understand what it is. You gotta be able to see it. Can't nobody, I'm gonna be real, even what's going on, nobody can even tell you. Somebody can tell you, you can hear them, but if you don't understand for yourself, that ain't no good because you ain't got the directions. And you gotta wait for somebody to help you get to your own path. So think about it. Okay, you on the path, but you need somebody else to help you go down your path. That's the same exact thing when you were looking for a leader. And I told you ain't no more leaders. Did you get that part yet? It's no more leaders. You see Al Sharpton laying low. You see Jesse Jackson laying low. You see what Black Lives Matter was. You see what Antifa. You see let's be real. Niggas gonna get mad. What is Farrakhan doing? What is the Nation of Islam? What are they doing? All right. So I don't gotta sit and play. Or some people just looking out for their own people. I say that. It's still leaders, but these leaders only looking out for their own. And just so happen these leaders, their pockets are loaded and they live in mansions. Show me a broke leader and I'll shut up. These leaders, they drive Maybachs, they get chauffeured in Bentleys, and they live in mansions. So when I see the Black Lives Matter leader with the mansion, that didn't surprise me not one bit. That's something you didn't know. Some people didn't know as being ignorant. Leaders live in mansions. And the people, they stuck in the hood. Everybody that was in Black Lives Matter, I told you, most of them was unemployed. That's how they was able to march every day. Common sense. How you think all them people was marching during the daytime? In all cities, in all states. That was a lot of broke people. They didn't have no job. They didn't have no hustle. They was out marching. And where all that marching get them? All that marching, right? For George Floyd. But where was they at when this mass shooting happened at the supermarket? Notice how Ben Crump or no leaders ain't pulling up either. They're not saying anything. Makes me think this shooter is an agent too. Man, we already know that. That's why that's alleged, but that's why I say none of this stuff gonna work me up because I already know what time it is. The same pattern every time, again and again and again and again and again. For people that study MK Ultra, you already know. For people that know about COINTELPRO, for people that know about Manchurian candidates, they already know what this is. But a lot of people still sleep. So therefore they will sleep. You dig? Yeah. That was a young KKK. That was a young Aryan Brotherhood. All they are is the opposite of gangs. Those are white gangs. The difference is with their gangs, they kill the opposite. They don't kill their own. That's the only difference. But Annette says, made a mistake and watched his video of the evilness he did, shaking my head, heartbreaking. That kid was pure evil. That's right. We don't understand the depths of hell. We don't understand the depths of darkness. We don't understand the mind of how deep some people will go. Man, you see it every day. But you got to understand, we are taught to think it's normal. You see people wake up every day doing the same negative shit every day. They don't stop. That's who they are. It's something driving them. You seen a cartoon with the demon in their head, with the demon and the angel on one shoulder. You know what I'm saying? You see, that's people's brain. They wake up every day and they do the same thing. They can't stop. Do you understand? These are demonic people. They might not be attacking with assault guns. They attack with words. They attack with slander. They attack any way they can attack. They're going to attack a person. That is their nature. They all are the same people. They come from the same place. I keep telling y'all this. All you got to do is pay attention to their behavior. They can't hide their ways. That's also in the book. They will always show you their ways. That's how you're able to peep out who's playing what role in this big movie. All you got to do is watch the script. or should I say learn the script, and then you'll know the key players and how they move and what they do. So I'm trying to tell you, man, this ain't me speaking no truth. This ain't me trying to be no leader. I'm just telling you what I learned, what I see, what you can see. You just don't see it. It's people that wake up every day and they plot and plan and conspire how they're going to take somebody down. How they go, whether they do it one by one, whether they do it at mass numbers. It's people that wake up every day and their mind works and feeds off how they're going to destroy somebody. That's how it works. Never underestimate the powers of the dark side. They showed you that in Star Wars. They just sticking to the Georgia Guidestones and reducing the population. That's right. They put the Georgia Guidestones right in your face. Even though that's where your ancestors come from. Everywhere your ancestors had high frequency and high energy, they destroyed it and replaced it with wicked energy. Just like people always forget who lived in Manhattan first. See, this is what we forget. Did you not always hear the story about how they tricked the Indians out of Manhattan? Did we not always hear the stories how they tricked the natives out of Manhattan? Common sense, it was natives there first. Did we not also hear the stories of all the black people that lived in Central Park, around that area, in New York City? And now we know nothing but demonic behavior happens in these places because they took the good energy, replaced it with bad energy. And this bad energy is the energy that have people living off. Name a city. Memphis, your ancestors was there. Chicago, your ancestors was there. North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, name a place, Florida, any place that's crazy, that's where your ancestors were heavily populated at. California, anywhere your peoples was at, doing great things, they flipped it and turned it upside down. That's why what? The regular moon or the full moon, it also got to do with a woman's cycle, but it also what? We know babies are born at night. So when you see a red moon, opposite of a regular moon, that moon means death instead of life. That's my opinion. It's not a fact, but that's how I see it. So my point is this. What we got to do is look at all the mass shootings that happened over the weekend. New York, California, Texas, and it's probably some more. Okay, let's take away the mass shootings. All you gotta do is look at your TV. It was regular shootings over the weekend too. Every city probably had massive gang violence, massive black shooting. You know what I'm talking about? Shooting in the hood, killings everywhere. Kill, kill, kill. Everywhere is going on. So I mean, that's the recipe of the day. That's all I'm saying. And it is tiring. It is frustrating. But this is a picture that was captured last night. And just so happened, they had them lights lit up on the World Trade. And some people feel like this was a lineup. That's right. You never seen the KKK get hit with the RICO law. That's right. But like I spoke on, they got hit with that back in the day. They ain't get hit with the RICO, but the feds was on them back in the day. So when the KKK, that's what I'm trying to tell people, right? It's all history. Look it up. It's all American history. When the KKK got disbanded, because remember, yeah, they the KKK was doing what they needed them to do at that time. You see, at that time when they needed these people to slaughter a particular people, they let them do what they had to do. Then when they didn't need them no more, they disposed of the KKK. They sent agents to infiltrate them, and that's how they took them down. So once that happened, the KKK didn't disappear. What happened was the KKK changed their ways and they started getting into corporations. I spoke about this the other day. I told you, they deal with corporations. Some of the products you buy every day, you might got products in your house right now from the KKK, but you just don't know it. My people from New York City. When I was a teenager, or younger than that, when I was in elementary school, we knew about what? Tropical fantasies. And people always told us that they were made by the KKK. And we didn't believe it. We didn't care. We still drunk it. We was told that that soda was going to affect our sperm. Well, maybe it's no coincidence with a lot of men that's older now that used to drink tropical fantasies having problem with their nuts, having problem having cancer in their nuts, stuff like that. Maybe it's because of some of the sodas we were drinking when we was young. See, they understand a different warfare. Like, let's look at how we was trained to eat jawbreakers and mess up our teeth and all that foul candy. A lot of those. Just look at it like this. You never noticed that? When you was growing up, there was candy that was in your hood, but when you went to certain other stores, that candy wasn't in those hoods. See, you didn't know that when you was young, the whole plan was to destroy your teeth because they said it's a certain set of people that had the most beautifulest teeth on the planet. Their teeth are so pretty. So in these particular hoods or these people, they made sure they put certain candy that destroyed your teeth from when you was a child. That's why you was getting what? Cavities in your teeth. So look. There were certain people putting these candies in the hood. But my point is, who are the owners of these companies? You don't know to this day. You don't know to this day who made lemon heads, jawbreakers, 9-laters. All that candy destroy your teeth. But they raise their kids on what? Fruit. They don't eat cherry 9-laters. They get their kids cherries. They didn't get their kids grape Jolly Ranchers. They get their kids grapes. They didn't get their kids strawberry Laffy Taffy. They get their kids strawberries. All this was a plot to destroy your teeth. But my point is, these companies, you don't know who own them to this day. I'm showing you how it's been a different warfare. Did we not talk about how Johnson & Johnson, a lot of women caught cancer in their vagina from using Johnson & Johnson baby powder. Johnson & Johnson was everywhere at a hood near you. But remember, it took years later of you putting Johnson & Johnson in your kids' Pampers. Johnson & Johnson, women used to put it, you remember back in the day, everybody used to put powder in their drawers, definitely on the kids. But then they waited 2 years later to tell you that it caused a cancer. See? But to this day, you don't know who Johnson & Johnson is. Did you not hear about the fluoride in the toothpaste? Who makes a lot of toothpaste? Procter & Gamble. Do you know who they are? You heard about the aluminum that's in deodorant. And you like to buy the cheap deodorant because the real deodorant costs too much. But the aluminum in the deodorant was made by certain companies that's in the hood near you. All you got to do is go to the nearest Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, certain other stores. You'll see all the products right there. But you don't know where they come from. I told you, man, KKK been got in the corporations. They invest in products that destroy your ass now, allegedly. People don't understand. I heard people say all water is the same. No, it ain't. A lot of y'all don't know. Y'all don't know the difference between osmosis water, alkaline water, spring water, distilled water. Y'all think all water the same. No, it's not. Why you think one bottle of water could be $5, and then this particular water you get 24 in a case for $4? But you think all water the same? See, it's certain things you put in your body that's controlled by the people that don't like you, and they got a whole other warfare against you. You've been attacked since you was a child. But it was the ignorance that we had and we did not know. that had us buying these products. And these products, in long term, they created certain effects on our body. See? Oh, good point. See, we got somebody here. Jada Wooten says Procter and Gamble. What is located in south of Dallas. If you went across the bridge, it had an awful smell for years. But see, we indulge in a product because they smell good, and we don't even know the chemicals that's in these products. Then you wonder why you got cancer years later. See? Because you've been putting it in your bloodstream for so many years, now it's taking effect. Got all types of cancer. Stuff like that. Contaminated blood. Because a lot of this is from the products. The products, put it like this. The people who control your life control the products and control the things you love. That's how they control you. They already know what you're going to get before you go get it. And they know what? Let's be real. We live in a time people still don't read ingredients on nothing. Food, you don't read the ingredients on products. It's people still don't know how to read calories. Don't read ingredients, don't read calories. You see those words on the back of products, you see they big words, you say whatever. But you don't even know that's a straight toxin. Straight toxin. And you trying to put in your body. You don't believe me? All right. We just spoke about the aluminum that's in deodorant. Start looking at the back of some of them cakes and pies and some of that stuff. You'll see it's aluminum in some of the food you eat. Straight aluminum in it. All you gotta do, start looking at certain products. You'll see some of the things you buy, them snacks, them hood snacks. Because you don't know the difference between what? Organic and non-organic. You don't know the difference between kosher and not kosher. My point is, some of the foods we eat, all you gotta do is read the back, you'll see that it got aluminum in it. But you'll understand that aluminum is broke down to a dust particle mixed in with ingredients, and it make it taste good, and you eating aluminum the whole time. And all this stuff start tainting your blood in your body. That's right. People still eat Wonder White bread. That's right. That's right. Bleach flour. Yup. I only eat multigrain bread. 15 multigrain. Yeah. That's what I eat. $4-5 a loaf. But you're also gonna see even the bread that ain't no good, 3 and change, but I eat the multigrain. And people don't understand when you get multigrain bread, the bread be so big you can make a sandwich. You can take one piece of multigrain bread, cut it in the middle, and just make a sandwich. You can take one bread and make two pieces of bread out of one bread. That's all the bread you really need, a multigrain. And you eat your sandwich like that. You don't need no. I tell you what, this is what I did to get off of bread, white bread. All you got to do, take some white bread, boil it in your hand, stick it to the wall. Then you'll understand how that white bread stick in your body, stick in your intestines, stick in your colon and all of that. How it don't process like that. Just take a bread. You got white bread right now, take it and boil it up. And then you'll understand why your body takes so hard to break down that white bread. And then look at the back and see the fiber levels. Fiber is the substance that helps you go to the bathroom. Look at the fiber inside of the white bread, and then look at some multigrain bread and look at the fiber that's in that. Same thing. Don't let me go on. The same thing I go on with the cereal and all of that. Why they think they taught us to eat Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks and all of that? Cereal with high levels of dye in it, no fiber, constipate you. Captain Crunch. You know how hard it is for your body to digest Captain Crunch? Y'all know that. Y'all know when y'all ate Captain Crunch, you was letting loose turds and it was green, blue, all type of colors. Because that's what you was taught to eat. They eat Honey Nut Cheerios. Why? It lowers your cholesterol levels. They eat Fiber One, Raisin Bran, high fiber levels. Flush your body out when you eat it. See that? Everything we was taught was wrong. But it is what it is. And now we understand that what? The food that ain't good for us is the cheapest food that we can get. So sometimes we got to still eat these foods just to survive. It's a lot of things. We already know. We always raised off what? Oodles and noodles. Oodles and noodles, all that high levels of sodium. High levels of constipation. Then you wonder why your pressure always up. Because you ate oodles and noodles as a kid forever. Sodium is salt, high levels of salt. Too much salt is bad for you. Too much sugar is bad for you. All of that alters your blood and it plays games with your body. So I'm not going to get into all of that, but my point is the people that some might call the KKK, some of them are the people that control these companies. That's right, prime time. I love cream of wheat too. Cream of wheat has high levels of iron in it. Iron is what you need. Remember, a lot of people have iron deficiency because they don't get enough iron. You can get iron from cream of wheat. They also say a low immune system comes from a lack of iron. Some people, allegedly, because I'm not a doctor, you'll see people that sick, HIV, things like that, they didn't have high levels of iron in their body. So it's a lot of different things. But they don't got to kill you with bullets. They can kill you through your own diet. That's the name of the game. All right? So that's all I'm saying. The KKK is still, they live and kicking. They still moving around. It's just that you got to remember, they turned themselves into ghosts. Before they wore the sheets, now they literally ghosts. They hide out. And they still around. We act like they know. They didn't know. They did not disappear. They work in other ways. They own corporations now. That's how it works. But that's it, though. Y'all ain't going to hold y'all too long. I'm about to get out of here. Episode 175. Queen of Detroit, what's up? You know what I'm saying? The Chick 1000, what's up? Annette. Just like the water coming into the city. Notice how New York City pizza is trash now. It's the water they're cooking it with. That's right. They're probably cooking it with straight faucet water now. That's right. Them dyes are no good. That's right. That red, all that yellow, yup. That's why you see people got bad skin. That dye and all that stuff, it start affecting your skin. That's why you'll see people got altered skin discoloration, bumps will come from drinking them, the crushed sodas, everything we was raised on, man. It was toxic. Straight toxin, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of stuff is straight toxins. And we was taught to embrace it as a child. So they've been trying to take us out. Let's keep it real. You know how in the hood, boom. When we grew up in the hood, did they not start making these sweet sodas for 24 ounces, 50 cents, $1? Big ass soda. Cheap as hell. But do they get that soda to their kids? Do they not buy the juicy juice and stuff like that? Well, we know that's expensive. We ain't buying no juicy juice. But do they not get their kids juicy juice, Capri Suns, High C, stuff like that? Even though High C got high level, I'm just saying. A lot of us as young, we was drinking 24-ounce sodas. Not only with acid, you got the acid. We know about the fructose corn syrup. And it had dye in it. Straight toxic. Straight toxic soda. You get it? So let's be real. We was trained to eat and destroy ourselves early. So when you become an adult and you start knowing better, you gotta what? You gotta start eating better, because that's part of the warfare, your diet. Remember, we had to talk. When they wanted to take out your ancestors, they attacked their food sources. Attack the food. They would literally poison the water to kill all the fish. And so certain animals couldn't have water. Attack the food. You attack their food, that's a warfare. That's why the food in your neighborhood is different from the food in other neighborhoods. Man, it's real simple. But we know it takes a certain level of discipline. That's all. But anyway, man, I'm about to get out of here. Salute to y'all. Salute to the chat. Thanks for pulling up. Y'all already know how we do. You know how we do this. I will be back again tomorrow. But as far as the recap, man, y'all already know. No, KevinSamuels, his family said that somebody set up a bogus GoFundMe. That was not them that did that. And GoFundMe got hit to the scam, and they shut down their account, and they tried to give the family the money. The family denied the money. Also, we have reports that the woman that was accused of doing something to KevinSamuels, it was reported that she actually called 911, and they had the 911 call of her trying to give him CPR. Also, the woman came out and said she's a 6-figure woman, and she was not no slut or no prostitute. R.KELLY and Frank James, birds of a feather. They say that R.KELLY and Frank James, the subway shooter, are rocking together in jail. They cool, they friends. They say they work out together, they eat together, and they chill. We have the sex trafficker embracing the mass shooter, and the mass shooter embracing the sex trafficker. So that's why I say birds of a feather flock together. They're two weirdos. They're two sick black men. And they ain't my brother. They represent not only the men that make us look bad, but the men that betray their own people for their own selfish endeavors. That's what they represent. That's my opinion. We also spoke about the mass shooting in Buffalo. May the people that lost their life rest in peace. May the people out there, stand strong, because it is a sad, wicked. This is very wicked. Low down. They say the man drove 2 hours to get to this destination, loaded up with guns, hit the live button, and then went to go shooting. And these people lost a 3-year-old child. And I think it was the girl, I think that was her child. The one with the blue hair. And that stone or that black face in the background, there's something going on with that skull, with that head. Symbolism. So at a time when we're supposed to be strong, a lot of us are falling weak. And it's getting hard to maintain. But it's only one place you're going to get strength from. That's all I'm going to say. I also spoke about this church, on how it was a mass shooting at this church by a 60-year-old Asian man. And the people of the church attacked him. They hit him upside the head, took his guns, and hog-tied him up with a extension cord. And that's how the police was able to come get him. And all of this happened the weekend of the blood moon. The blood moon over the Tower of Babel. It's my opinion. When 9/11 hit Babylon, it represented Babylon is falling. When the World Trade fell, we seen Babylon fall. America took a big loss. Now, this red moon over Babylon could mean the strength of Babylon has returned. That's my opinion. That's it. Don't take me serious. That's what it might mean to me. And all we can do is keep it pushing. And we can now say for a fact, we are in a dark time. And the only light you're going to get is the light that you let in. Other than that, we're in a dark time. So that's my opinion. That's how I see things. Each his own. Like I said, this ain't even fun no more. Reality's starting to set in. That's it. All people want to do is feed off negative energy. How many days you go out the week and you get good news? Somebody put you on to something good. Or do most of the time you get negative Just negative, just everything just negative. Where you get hope from? Where you get strength from? That's just what I'm saying. You got to get it from yourself. And look out for your family, your loved ones. What's up, Juice? Get your soul right so you can see right. That's it. People spend all day playing. Like Big Worm told Smokey, or should I say Craig told Smokey, you spend all day playing. He ain't playing with you. You think he playing with his money? See, y'all ain't get that. Some people spend all day playing. They think this man playing with them, and they think this man playing with his money. That's why I told you Joe ain't give you nothing. We ain't getting no more money. We ain't getting no more money. We ain't getting no more help. So get used to it. Keep playing around. Watch what you get. That's right. Condolences to all those affected. I done ran through here. I done hollered at y'all. If I missed you, what's up, Latasha Joy? If I missed you, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know it's love. What's up, Miss Deja? Always supporting. All my day ones is up in here. And the people that, you know what I'm saying, came along the journey. Allah Will, what's going on, Allah Will? Yup. That's right. Stop letting them make them sandwiches and coffees out of our view. That's right. You're supposed to watch them. Whenever they're making that food, you're supposed to be watching all of that. Yeah. That's a fact. People still let people play with their food. L. Blizz, what up? That's right. Said Whitney told us the greatest love is from within. That's a fact. Hold up. Also, I gotta give a shout out too from Friday, because I forgot other day. Salute to So Mellow 10 for the Cash App on Friday. Salute. I appreciate that donation. Salute to everybody that support me in every which way. I appreciate all of y'all. Definitely those who support the channel and support the content and respect the content. That's why I constantly keep coming to work. I get up every day like a job and I do my job. And when I don't pull up, I feel like I'm not doing my job, and I left y'all for the day. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That's right. Thank you, Miss Sassy. Check out L Hustling on Anchor and Spotify and other platforms. I got more content. I'm going to probably work on some today. I got some stored up. I'm going to be coming very hard with that. And I'm going to be, every topic I deal with is going to be off online topics. Dealing with real information, real situations. You know what I'm saying? Giving my opinion on how I see things. And I want feedback from the people. This is how we going to get through this stuff. You know, we going to get through this by paying attention. And that's why when you listening, it's free to pay attention. Y'all pay for your own destruction, but you won't listen to something that'll help you that's free. So that shows you we all ass backwards. All right? So salute to everybody. Salute Miss Carla McWilliams. Salute to everybody that posted up, everybody that's listening, everybody that tuned in, everybody that's catching the replay. You know, For No Fame, live, episode 175, Money Day. We did it again. Red Moon came over, and now we are entering the dark side. And that's my opinion. And I'm out. 1.